Assalamu alaikum Nazreen, Assalamu alaikum subscribers. Welcome, greetings for overseas English, Pakistani region, South Asia, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Iran, wherever you are, welcome. And we start our podcast today. Anyway, originally जो मैंने discussion इस पे करनी थी was mostly on Ukraine and Afghanistan. But however, since things have heated up, both on the India side, so what we'll have to do, we will be discussing also the other issues which are heated up. India has massed some borders on Pakistani's coastline near Karachi. So we'll deal in Sir Creek. What is it Indians are trying to do? We'll remove the confusion. Then we'll talk about the Afghanis. What are they doing over there? They're doing the typical Afghan mullah crap. So we'll deal in that, peel that thing off. What are they trying to do? Then we'll talk about Ukraine also. Ukraine is entering its conclusive stage. And we'll deal all the geostrategic dots pointing towards an imminent collapse of the Ukrainian army. Is it? But we'll delve into that too. Anyway, so before we get into the real meat in Afghanistan, I just want to go really quickly on Ukraine. Okay. Ukraine looks like it's militarily ready to collapse. Okay. Their monthly decline, let me say, which they're admitting to, 10 to 15,000. Let me define. 10 to 15,000 Ukrainians, soldiers experienced, are deserting the front line. That's a huge number. That means 1 to 1.5 division, 15 battalions of Ukrainian troops disappear every month. And then they bribe the police fellas to not to rearrest them and send them in the front. Okay. On this same front, I'm dealing with India here. Trump put huge sanctions onto Russian oil giants. And the result is Indian refiners are reviewing the supply contracts with Russia. And they are making sure no barrels are sourced from those two, which is Rosneft and Lukoil. But they're trying to do the funny stuff, they're trying to be very sharp. I mean, they're very quick. They think everybody else is stupid. So they want to buy it over the gray market, over in the overseas. Kutek Chara, we bought it. Anyway, they will learn the hand of Trump pretty soon. Over there's another one. What Zelensky went there to get missiles and this and that from Trump. But Trump says, I can't give all our weapons to Ukraine. We just can't do it. I've been very good to President Zelensky and Ukraine, but we can't give you, we're going to be short. They are short. I don't want to do that. I can't jeopardize the United States. Translation, Israel. So Israel is not fully up to speed on interceptors. So Iran can breathe a little bit for the next few weeks. Although the IEA is saying they have close to 10 nuclear bombs, both of 60% enriched uranium, which the West will not let them digest easily at all. Not forget the easily part, they will not allow them to digest that. Putin has been very firm. He says, for the ceasefire to work, Ukrainian forces must withdraw from all of Donbass. He also listed recognition of Russian new border as one of the conditions of lasting peace. What has really caught my eye in addition to that was that the ceasefire, that there are two areas in which Ukrainian troops have been encircled. And they are up to 5,000 in one and 10,000 in the other place. So if that starts collapsing, you're looking at a steadily declining Ukrainian military. They may not survive by the end of December. So that has to be seen what happens there. Now we'll talk about the next part. And we'll talk about India. India, basically, they are trying to raise another 25 to 27 battalions of troops, okay, in the next 6 months. In addition to, they're buying about 7.6 billion worth of BrahMos missiles and drones. Also, they just approved the 8.8 billion spending plan for acquisition of missiles, electronic surveillance system, and amphibious warfare. So that is also what's going on. So all this is going to come to fruition somewhere in the next 4 to 6 months, which is around March, April timeframe. Now, what we have to see is what is India doing by doing this NOTAM and the stuff near the near Sir Creek. Now, let me show you what Sir Creek is. Okay, Sir Creek is a border between Sindh and Gujarat, Indian Gujarat. And this is an area, it's a marshy area, but this is called Sir Creek, as you can see. Okay. This is a kind of pretty interesting. In '65 war, a Pakistani captain attacked and threw back Indians who ran away screaming, and he got Star-e Jurrat on this one. So this is a kind of a sore point with the Indians still. They're coming at Sir Creek, and the reason is they're not stupid. What they know for sure that the Pakistani coverage with the J-10s is up on the north side. So they are hoping that Pakistan does not have PL-15s and J-10s or PL-15 mounted in aircraft in this area. They're hoping with the F-16s short air-to-air BVRs that they'll be able to dominate Pakistan in this arena. Now, let me say this. All this is what we call Gidar Babkis. Indians don't have, they don't intend to attack right now. They will wait till they have their battalions. They will wait till they have the BrahMos. They will wait till they have the electronic warfare equipment. They will wait to talk to Netanyahu, who's coming in December, before they do that. But then why are they doing it? They're doing it to give Afghan Taliban that we are standing right behind you. And now we'll get into that. I think the Indians are just going to get the Taliban beat real bad. And the Indians, no love lost with them. If Taliban get a beating, they'll enjoy themselves because here the Taliban getting killed as well as the Pakistani army. Now let's talk about what's going on the Afghan front. Pakistan and Afghanistan, with their people, are in Istanbul for the third day of talks. Okay. The sticking points remain the same. Pakistan says no terrorism. Nobody comes across the border. While they were talking, a whole bunch of these guys crossed the border and attacked Pakistanis. We caught them on time. We lost 5 dead, but we killed about 20 of them. There is one thing which is said by Khawaja Asif. He said, if there's no agreement there, we will have open war. And I think that is probably should be the case. We can sit back and take this thing, like a lot of apologists for the Afghanis are saying, oh, it's so difficult for the Afghan Taliban to move against TTP. Oh, it's politically, they can't do it. They are brothers to the Afghan Taliban. They should not do this. It's very difficult for them to do it. Pakistan is simple. You do it or we do it. If you are there with them, you also get it. Even this is apologists for the Afghan Taliban are also present in Pakistan. Eminent Sahafis. Oh, हमें देख कर चलना चाहिए. We should watch what we see. These guys handle the superpower and this and that. Let me put it in perspective. There are 35 million Pathans in KPK. There are only 16 million Pashtun-speaking Afghans, out of which half are females. And they basically shut the females out of the society. So there's 8 million, and they're going to take on a 220 million population. They have zero ammunition making capability. They have no sulfur. They have no bauxite. What the rest? They don't make weapons. They don't make artillery guns. They don't make tanks. They don't make anything. And I think if we go all out, these guys will be running around helter-skelter. Now, where can they go? Well, let's take a look at that. I mean, the Mayana's great Taliban, where can they go? Let's take a look at it. All right. They're going to go to Tajikistan. They don't like them. They've been killing the Tajik brothers up in the north. They want to go to Uzbekistan. They're not going to allow them in. They want them out. They're going to go to Turkmenistan. They are fed up. They don't want them there. They're going to go towards Iran. Oh, no. Iranians rather shoot on sight than have them in there. So they're going to be stuck over here, and they're going to dream their great military victories and everything else. And I just want to bring it back. Funds and training come from India logistically through Iran into Afghanistan. Iran supplies drones also, which I think they're not doing anymore. And the TTP comes at Pakistan, comes at BLA. Okay. Now, the couple of comments are very interesting. The Afghans are not publishing what they have decided with Pakistan. Now, one of the things is they might have to implicitly agree on the Durand line. Now, here they say, we never agreed, never agreed. Let me say this. Durand line was established between Mr. Mortimer Durand in 1893 with the Emir of Afghanistan, Abdul Rahman. He got money for it, and he agreed on it. After that, they all took a U-turn that we did. Today, after 9 hours of discussion, Pakistani security officials presented a final position to Afghan. They must take concrete, verifiable steps to eliminate cross-border terrorism. Or the Afghanis say, oh, you can talk to the TTP. We'll make you sit across. Pakistan said, we don't want to talk to them. You hand them over, or inka karwai karo. So anyway, they are biting for time. They're neither here nor there. They're delaying tactics. And this is a typical illogical mindset that Pakistan will accept BLA and TTP coming across. BLA comes across, lines up the Punjabis on each line and shoots them right to the head. And then they complain, वो उनको sense of महरूमियत है. वो जो पंजाबी मर गए थे उनकी sense of महरूमियत नहीं थी. उनकी जो माएँ बैठी हैं, the mothers and the sisters and the wives and the children are sitting around, they don't have any sense. Maybe do they not consider the rest of the Pakistanis human beings? And what is this about TTP? They can come across and attack anybody they feel like. And they feel that they are so big fighters, this and that. But I think it's time to teach them a lesson. And the field marshal said very well, small provocation will get a disproportionate response. Right now, India is backing them up. And they are basically, Afghans are saying, ha, 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 Pakistan can't take us both at the same time. Pakistan knows that at this time, India, if they come across, will get a thrashing. And they're going to thrash India as well as Afghanistan at the same time. And India was trying hell-bent. There is a hybrid war going on the intelligence side. Just recently, a American Indian airline plane, which was basically the electronic warfare we brought, we jammed them completely. Completely, we jammed them. And they were forced to run away. Okay. And this is going to get worse for these Indians. So they try to bring this aircraft close to the Karachi side to actually see how our electronic warfare was happening. And they were not successful at all in it. So that's the one. In addition, the people who attended the Doha summit, they said all the people we were talking to from the Afghan side in Doha, they grew up in Pakistan. And now they turned the table against us. We have a term for them in Pakistan, they call it namak haram. I mean, they're not worth their salt, putting it in English terms. And it's about time that we dealt with this treacherous people in the language they understand. And with all those apologists, I think we should let them go. They can go and make their apologies across the border. And I think we need to have a firm, and we need to go after them. There's also another thing here. We are not really at war with the Afghan people. No, we are not. It's a small minority, 8 million male Afghan, Pashto speaking. The rest of the population of 42 million has got nothing to do with these idiots. They would love these guys to be kicked out of office, especially the Tajik, Uzbek, all the rest of them. Now, how far we go really depends on the army and how they want to operate. But I think in some ways, we will operate as a Muslim army. We are not going to go the old style, like it happened once or twice. One of the old Punjabi rulers, Ranjit Singh, really did a number on them. They were doing all kind of jumping up and down, and they presented the Kohinoor to the Ranjit Singh. He took the Kohinoor and then took Kabul, Peshawar also. Then they said, we are the followers of Nadir Shah. We will do this and that to you. And what they did, they went all the way over to Kabul as well, Kandahar, put their own governors, and there was not a squeak from these guys for about 100 years. All quiet on the Western Front. And I think that's what we need to move to, all quiet on the Western Front. And I think we should give them a thrashing wherever they're hiding. Apparently, these guys were presented in front of the Turks, in front of the Qataris, real-time evidence where all these TTP guys are sitting and what they're saying even, and who these people are. And Turkey was saying, hey, Taliban, it's about time you start recognizing reality. And I think these guys sitting in their holes don't understand that. An illogical mindset. And I think that mindset is going to explode very soon. I think on them. They're going to have a real tough time on it. Cher Bano has an internet problem, so she's given me the questions, but she can't be here to do that. She says Ukrainian sources estimate monthly decline of 10 to 15,000 personnel as of summer. Most of them experience regular soldiers. Kiev faces the harsh reality of shrinking army and lost initiative. And what she's trying to ask is this. Will the Ukrainians stand for a long time? And my answer is no. America is not supplying them new weapons. Europe has to purchase weapons and supply Ukraine. India, then the next question, India has amassed defense deal worth 20 billion this year and are witnessing a new regional arms race. Yes, we are. We have a race to see if Pakistan can close its gaps and gain stealth capability. India is trying to close the gap so that they can exploit their BrahMos advantage over us. Plus, the electronic warfare, they got really jammed, literally got jammed. So they're going to do that. Then next question was Pakistan, Afghanistan is wrapped up another round of talks. Can they stop cross-border terrorism? No. Are we entrenched in mistrust? No, there's no mistrust. We understand them very well. They understand us not well. So basically, no, it's not going to stop. We will be going into a semi-open war or complete open war with these guys. They will be striking those guys inside the thing. Now, striking them across the border, area and otherwise, is not a new tactic. Americans have done it in Vietnam, and they bombed it with God knows how much TNT, more than 5 times what they dropped in World War II. It's still, they ended up losing the war. So sometime along the line, we'll have to break from pattern and do something different. In Ukraine, she's saying Moscow says close to a diplomatic solution. I believe the Moscow people, because it looks like they may be able to bring Zelensky to a negotiating table. She's also asked that the UN sanctions on oil imports from Russia could cost New Delhi billions. Is this a turning point? I think it's a sliding down point for Indians. They're trying to be smart and clever, and I don't think they can fool the Americans. They know exactly where every tanker is and every drop of oil is. And if they try to feel smart, they're going to get hit by 500% tariffs. So India doesn't have a lot of room to run. One good news, looks like China and US have reached a tentative trade agreement. And I think when Xi and Trump meet October 30, 31st, they're going to sign those deals. So that's going to be a little good from a perspective of Pakistan, that a little pressure off us, and then we can cooperate on the rest. The recent terror incidents, especially in Kach, the DC's cavalcade was attacked and about 5 people were killed, and there was some reverse killed on the terrorist side. So that continues. So it looks like the funding and training from the Indians will continue, and the BLA and the TTP and the Afghanistan will take that money and come after us. So I think in the next one, what we're going to see with these guys, the major heating portion will be Afghanistan in the next week or 2, 10 days. We'll have to teach them a lesson, and that's going to be ongoing. There's going to be no love lost except a lot of screams from the Indians. At the same time, they'll be clapping. Muslims are getting socked. There'll be no, after all, nobody to shed a tear for Afghanistan in the region. They're going to be sitting by themselves. Even Russians say, okay, stop sending ISIS our way. Chinese say, East Turkmen Islamist party said, don't send them our way. Tajik people saying, stop sending ISIS crap our way. They're just sitting in the middle of all that, and now they're not able to manage it as a state. And I think that's one conflict which is coming. The second one, as soon as Ukraine is solved from Trump side, they're going to start gearing up for Iran. And that's coming in the next 6 weeks or so. Once that goes to an end, then comes India. Now, in all these wars, people are asking me, what happens to the dollar and gold? In the case right now, the major drain on Pakistan was the Afghanis buying dollar from here. With everything coming to a standstill, I don't think the dollar would be under pressure, and I think it's going to go down. Secondly, on gold, I don't think it affects gold at all. Once the Iran war starts, all those sheikhs and Iranians having gold are going to come out and dump gold. So gold at that time is going to go down. I think dollar will start going up at that time when the Iran, Israel, America fight starts. However, when most likely between Choti Eid and Badi Eid is the opportunity for Indians to open up the front. In that war, both will go up, the gold and dollar. So I hope I've answered your questions, and I will try and do the podcast 2 days from now again, because we'll have a lot of updates from the uh, Afghanistan and India front. So 28th and 29th is NOTAM, both from India and Pakistan over the Arabian Sea. So we will see some conclusion of that also. Thank you, and see you in about 2 days on the 29th. Thank you. Khuda Hafiz. Bye.